And today we are asking for a very, very reasonable demand. When you are organizing a seminar of this nature, what do you mean by academic standards? There are 12 universities in Telangana. In all these 12 universities in Telangana, they are only surviving only because of academic consultants or contract people. Myself and Professor Kodanram, Professor Hargopal keep traveling the course in terms of various universities, keep interacting with them. As the Vice Chancellor, Professor Satyanarayana said, I was also principal of the college, Arts College, for about 3 years. I was the dean of the faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. I was senior most dean. I myself, recruited in Arts College, about 42 people on contract basis. And all these appointments are ratified by the Executive Council, which is the highest policy-making body. We did not appoint just like that. We got information about, there are budgeted posts, how many posts are there in each department, how many vacancies are there, what is the recommendation of the head of the department. We all constituted, committees. We had, demos. In my case, at least, took demos in social sciences to find out whether those teachers are, competent enough or qualified. After that, we made a recommendation to the Executive Council. Executive Council has ratified, these appointments. These appointments are not, some of them are calling, these appointments are not irregular appointments. They are regular appointments on the basis of the academic need of that particular college or the university. We went about, recruiting them. And your contribution is significant. I know some of the academic consultants are principals of college now. They are heads of the department. They are formulating syllabi. When I went to Nizam College the other day, Nizam College is only having 9 permanent teachers. I'm sure someone from Nizam College will raise a hand and confirm it. And one of the leading colleges, the oldest college in this country, is having 9 contract teachers and about another 75, 9 permanent teachers and 75 contract teachers in a leading college like Nizam College, then we can understand, the contribution of, the contract teachers in terms of academically running, formulating the syllabus, conducting, the semester examination, evaluating the semester examination, National Assessment Accreditation Council coming it and giving an A grade to Osmania University. All this is possible because, for the last 10 years, you existed in the system. And I know some of them have been teaching for 25 years. And I know some of them, 50 of them have already retired as contract teachers. This does not happen anywhere. 50 teachers have retired as contract. And 25 of them are going to be retiring perhaps in the next 6 months or 1 year. That is the scenario. So I think it's also important for me to quote what the Supreme Court said. There are several rules and regulations which have been issued. I'm quoting exactly what the Supreme Court said. It is very important for us to have that understanding about what the Supreme Court said. And the Supreme Court judgment is on 10/4/2006. It's already now almost 20 years the judgment of the Supreme Court has been given. I'm exactly quoting what is there in the Supreme Court. This is not my interpretation. And several universities have implemented the Supreme Court judgment. There are about, over 15 or 20 or 30 universities which have implemented the Supreme Court judgment. Several states have implemented, including, some states in South India. What is the Supreme Court said on 10/4/26? In the case of, I don't want to refer to the case, which went to the, all of you are familiar with, Umadevi case versus Karnataka, and the Supreme Court said in para number 44, I'm quoting the Supreme Court judgment. The Supreme Court said the judgment directs the Union of India. It has given direction to the Union of India and the state governments and their instrumentalities should take steps to regularize as one-time measure the services of such contract teachers appointed. This is a Supreme Court judgment. No one should say that these are not regular appointment. I'm quoting the Supreme Court. And then Supreme Court further said, all the state governments and the central government should take immediate steps to regularize them as one-time measure. That is what they said. As one-time measure, you regularize them. And some of you are asking for, only, pay HRA, DA. That is not the Supreme Court judgment. Supreme is the spirit of the Supreme Court judgment. On the basis of the Supreme Court judgment, all of them are qualified person in terms of etc. etc. They should be made regularized. On the basis of the Supreme Court judgment, I am giving another. The Government of India, Ministry of Personnel, PG and Pensions, Department of Personnel and Training has issued a letter in 2020. I have that letter with me. They said, all the universities are required to follow the Supreme Court judgment, because several of them, after the Supreme Court judgment, went to several state universities, went to the government, etc., etc. And the government is also finding it every day, so many people coming and giving representation. The Government of India has given, an order saying that, you regularize them further, regularize them regularly. I'm again quoting the Supreme Court judgment. The employees concerned, should have worked. Supreme Court said this. I'm not saying this. Should have worked for 10 years or more in duly sanctioned posts without the benefit of protection of the interim order, etc., etc. In other words, the state government, as instrumentality, should have employed the employee, continued in service regularly for 10 years with the fulfilled qualifications of, University Grants Commission. I'm not quoting. This is the Government of India has issued, and the Supreme Court has said. I know when I collected the data, among the contract lecturers, whom I am meeting regularly, 95% of you have got, we have the data with me. The commission had, 2 meetings on this issue. The Telangana Education Commission had 2 meetings. And then, we have come to an assessment there, over 95% of them have got PhD, NET, SET, and other qualifications which are required according to the UGC norms. Yes or no, you tell me. We have the data. The government has the data. We have already forwarded that data to the government. And we also gave, data about how many people have completed, how many years, etc., etc. And then we went to do another issue. And some of you are already asking only for 6th pay commission. No, we are already in the 7th pay commission. My friends sitting at the dais know 8th pay commission is likely to come into existence in another 6 months or 8 months. 1/1/26. It will already come into existence. The Government of India has already constituted 8th pay commission, and we should not be asking for 6th pay at least as a teacher. Whenever we had discussion, Professor Kodanram also attended one of our meetings. He has been very, very liberal, and we have discussed, because Professor Kodanram has got tremendous amount of clout and influence with the government. We also requested, and we discussed this comprehensively. We are saying you should be given 7th pay commission. 7th pay, whatever the university scale is, the scale is with me. And now we have HRA, which is 30%. DA, which is there, all 38%, which is supposed to be 51%, all that should be implemented, because we are already getting into the 8th pay commission. 8th pay commission. And I'm not saying, whatever, you have to do, you do it, according to whims and fancies. Go by, what, the Supreme Court has said. On the basis of this, the government has also issued a GO. Let me quote, GO. The committee proposed enhancement. Couple of committees, have been constituted, and the government, after careful examination, etc., etc., which the Vice Chancellor was quoting earlier, they said, their salaries should be hiked and should be improved. I don't want to get into that. That, is also there. Another important factor which is important, for our understanding is that several high courts, on the basis of, in fact, when they went to the Supreme Court, all of you should know that there were 30 petitions pending in various high courts. And then it was referred to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court gave that decision saying that these are the following norms. They did not say that as a one-time measure, you regularize them. I'm not even saying. Government sometimes does not like the kind of a word well, Professor, you're talking about regularization, permanent, that, this and the other. I said, Baba, absorb them into the system. If you do not like to know that word, but though the Supreme Court said it can be. So I think it is also important that Osmania University is one of the oldest universities in the country. In 1947, when we got freedom, there were only 10 universities in India. If this is the status, this is the condition of Osmania University. This government also promised and put it in the manifesto that we will regularize, everyone. Also, it is there in the manifesto. Not only we will do justice to all the people who are working in contract teachers. So it is to look at. I think it's important. Our demand should be National Assessment Accreditation Council is supposed to be coming and visiting Osmania University. I hope I got correct information from Osmania University. The National Assessment Accreditation Council, some people who are closely observing the way National Accreditation Council works, they said if this is going to be the condition of Osmania University, if anyone is there, if I am there, Professor Ragopal or Kodandram will be there on the committee, we will ask you how many budgeted posts are there, how many people working in a university, how many are contract. Immediately we tell them we only have 320 people permanent. Then they say, is this a university or what? So many disciplines are there. When we were working, there were only 50-55 disciplines. Today, there are 75 disciplines in Osmania University, including machine learning, robotics, artificial intelligence, and nanosciences, and many other sciences. In fact, Osmania University should not have 1,250 budgeted posts. We should have 2,000 budgeted posts because it's such an old university and several disciplines and several specializations are emerging. I understand. Someone told the Vice Chancellor, if NAC is going to be visiting, you are not going to be getting that kind of a grade. Because, we do not have, when you don't have permanent faculty, when the budgeted posts are 1,250, and if you're only showing, 320, and then you show another 350, 400 working on contract, approximately this is the one, working in the contract. And in addition to that, there are part-time teachers working in various universities. In Kakatiya University, almost 80 to 90% of the teaching is done only by the contract people. And Osmania will also reach that kind of a situation right now, because many of them are doing administrative posts, declaring results. You are also additional control of examinations, the chairman board of studies, you are head of the department, you are formulating the syllabus, formulating the timetable, every academic activity you are doing. When we talk about standards, standards means what? Academic standards mean what? Quality of teaching, quality of syllabus, quality of research, and quality of governance of the university. Governance will mean all aspects of the university. So, in view of all these factors, there are several kinds of. I have the entire Supreme Court judgment with me. I do not want to quote the entire Supreme Court judge, but I quoted what they said. And what the Supreme Court said, in addition to that, in the same judgment, they said, equal work, equal pay. Yes or no? I am not interpreting the Supreme Court. And Supreme Court gave that judgment. You are doing equal work. Sometimes some of you are teaching more workload than what perhaps some of the permanent teachers are doing it, because you are taking the entire responsibility. And several demonstrations have been held in Osmania University, where myself and Professor Kodandram, Hargopal, so many of meetings we participated. So our demand is, this is a very, very genuine demand. Education has to survive, particularly in Telangana. Education is power, knowledge is power. Empowerment of this region has taken place only because we have got good colleges and good universities. And all of us as former students, we have a responsibility in terms of protecting all the 12 universities in the state, so that all of them will get quality education. From our side, Dr. Venkatesh is also here, the former student of Osmania University. We have given all these representation to the government and said we are willing to come and clarify whatever doubts we have. But there are some people, certain sections of people who are saying we will go ahead. I think both my friends should know. They are saying first recruitment will take place. We have given information saying that recruitment in any university cannot take place till the contract people status is decided. It's impossible. Some of them do not have an understanding about how these colleges and universities are functioning, are making some kind of a recommendation to the government. We'll go ahead with recruitment. How will they go ahead with recruitment? I was the chairman of the roster committee of Osmania University for 5 years. I know how our roster is prepared. How are you people going to fit into that kind of a category if the advertisement is going to be coming? So our thinking is, our thinking, also Professor Kodandama Hargopal thinking is also, whenever we met and discussed about, first this issue has to be decided. Contract people should be made, regularized or permanent and etc. Otherwise, recruitment cannot take place. One of you will go to the court, it will not stand legal scrutiny. Any judge, will strike it down saying that these people have come to the court. And several court judgments are already there. Then, some of them are quoting, saying that recently the High Court has given a judgment. Recently, High Court has given a judgment saying that for one time, you made contract of polytechnic and junior college lecturers and lecturers. We tell them this is the High Court judgment. Supreme Court is supreme. Supreme Court has given whatever Supreme Court has given is a law, not what High Court has done. You don't go by the High Court judgment. Why are you quoting the High Court judgment to me? Supreme Court has given. Supreme Court is a bigger court which has given a judgment. Supreme Court, any judgment which gives is a law of the land, law of the country. And some of them, without having any kind of an understanding, they're making, all kinds of recommendations. But we are there to fight it out. We are there to tell them that, these kind of problems, they cannot go about, creating. So our demand is that, all of you should be taken into the system. Regularization or permanent or within the system. That is our demand. Number two, 7th Pay Commission should be implemented. 10 years are over. 6th Pay Commission came into existence 20 years ago, and you are still in the 6th Pay Commission. And 7th Pay Commission, the DA, HRA also should be paid, and that is our demand. And whatever is possible from our side, we are willing to fight it out. Fight it out because we want the quality of education. Fight it out because we want Telangana to improve. Fight it out because all of you must get equal opportunity. The Constitution talks about equality and equal opportunity. And the Constitution already said, in view of all of you are doing the same responsibility of a regular teacher, you should be given a regular pay, regular DA and regular salary. Let's hope and thank all of you for convening this meeting. We should all be united. We should all fight together. There's already several discussions which are taking place at the governmental level, and we will certainly intervene because all of them are sitting in the dais. Professor Hargopal and Professor Kodandam are very, very highly reputed people in the field of education, and we will have some say with the government. Let's hope soon this problem is solved. All of you will get the benefit according to the Supreme Court guidelines. Yeah, there are also some people in the self-financing. We are aware of that. I did not quote that. There are several teachers self-financing courses have been started. Self-financing for people also should get it. Why did you start the self-finance courses? They were all approved by the Academic Council. They are approved by the Senate. They are approved by the Standing Committee. Because there was a need, you went about starting the self-financing courses because these new disciplines were emerging. And we are also concerned about some of them are part-time teachers who are coming and making several representations. They are getting pittance of 700 or 750 for each lecture. We are also concerned about it. And then our thinking is first the priority of the contract is decided. Contract people are working here and in self-financing. Then perhaps we can get into the part-time and resolve one by one. That's why only people who are academics, people who have worked in the universities, people who know the understanding of the system will be in a position to solve your problem. And we have that understanding, we have concern, and we also have empathy and sympathy in terms of trying to resolve this problem. Let's hope all of us will get together and put an end to this problem so that when 8th Pay Commission comes, all of you get into the 8th Pay Commission. That is my desire. That is my dream. Thank you very much.
Thank you.